Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other places you people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast. I got podcasts because I like to talk. Others like to actually talk about certain subjects, and you can even do interviews with it. It's awesome. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Hello.
Okay, I have Figmentation of Your Imagination here with me, and this is King Cobra, and we are doing a topic on video games and PAX. Because we're awesome like that.
Yep. We're both video gamers. We are video game loving freaks.
Yes, and the funny thing is, I may be a furry, but I still love to game.
Yep. Even actually gaming in fursuit sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Well, there's a person that actually does that, and I'm even planning on doing it once I get my King Cobra head.
Do it!
I plan on it. The only bad part is I'm going to need a green screen.
Oh, for what?
So that way people don't see the background. All they see is just the King Cobra. That's it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, according to what I found out during, the new deal with PAX, Sony dropped out of E3, ended up introducing the PS5.
I know that seems like a weird move.
It really does, because of the fact that you wouldn't expect them to do that.
No, especially not since E3. E3 is like the top video gaming convention in the nation.
Exactly. And the fact that they literally dropped down and says, oh, we're not going to be there for that, but we are going to PAX to introduce the PS5.
I'm not going to lie, I've actually never heard of PAX until tonight.
The one that we have over here is PAX South. And that's the one where they said that they were going to introduce it here in San Antonio, Texas, right at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a major slam that even I wasn't expecting them to do, because you wouldn't really think PAX would be like, oh, well, we're going to drop out of E3 and then we're going to toss you guys a curveball by introducing the new PS5 here at PAX South in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
You would think they would introduce it at E3 first and then bring it on down.
You would think.
You would think, but they didn't do that. And it's actually kind of suspicious that they did it that way, like they're kind of hiding something.
Maybe PS5 isn't going to be as good as we're hoping.
Well, we don't know for sure, because we don't have PS5 out.
Yeah, I know, but I'm joking. I'm joking. Because,
I'm sorry, I could not tell.
Yeah, they've overhyped in the past and, done some other odd moves.
Yeah.
And, I remember the hype around PS3 was it's going to be so great. It's so awesome. We're introducing it at this and introducing it at that. And it's such a great system. And the next thing I knew, lots of my friends were giving their PS3s back to the store. And I had 2 PS3s that died the day I got them.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I was lucky that I didn't get a PS3 that actually died the day I got it. Mine died several years after.
That is lucky.
Yeah. And then my aunt, I think it was, gave me a PS4, and what amazed me was the graphics on that thing. I was like, what?
They are
Because
good.
it was almost like having an Alienware computer, an Alienware gaming computer, to where the graphics card is like insanely high.
I guess. I mean, like, I felt like it performs better than the Alienware I used to have.
That would explain a lot. But that would mean that the graphics card for the PS4 is actually higher than the Alienware that was on your computer.
Yep.
Sorry if my podcasters hear music in the background, and sorry that you heard music in the background. I was walking past one of the places that I normally secure, and they had music on a loudspeaker.
Yes, King Cobra totally does this on his job.
Yes, I do. I have so much fun partying out to music while I work. It's so awesome. But, yeah, the fact that Sony decided, oh, we're going to do this and surprise y'all. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because supposedly the PS5 wasn't supposed to be introduced till 2020 or 2021,
Maybe.
And even you said that could be too early.
Well, not only is that too early, but I'm beginning to think maybe they know about something that the rest of the gaming community doesn't know about yet. Because I have a game for the PC where you have to play as a video game programmer and you have to build your company and you have to like make the right moves and stuff. Sometimes you get sent blackmail or you're notified about the actions of another company before the rest of the video gamers know about it. And like you have to sit there and make a choice and choose what move you're gonna do. And sometimes you have to wind up doing like a complete barrel roll, something weird and out of the way.
Yeah, which I kind of think that's what Sony did when they literally dropped out of E3.
Yeah, I think something's up that they're not
telling
telling us yet.
Yeah, exactly. And see, I was comparing this to GTA because of the fact that even with Fortnite, another good example, because when Fortnite has like little things going on, they know something more than the people playing it do.
Mm-hmm.
They like, for example, because I've noticed this, they had from a star in the sky that looked like a comet. Suddenly, it decides to hit that Fortnite, and then all of a sudden, things start happening, like a cube that they called Kevin ends up appearing, and then it melts into into Leaky Lake, and then brings up the building, then tears apart the building, and then it explodes. Wow. And then the new thing was the fact that you see an iceberg actually hit into the Fortnite island.
Yeah.
The thing about that is the deal with the Ice King and whatnot. See, like I said, Fortnite itself, the people who do it know a little bit more than the players do, because they have to know where this is going.
Yeah.
They have to know which way they're going to put it, because they're leading the gamers on, is what they're doing. And I think Sony did that very same move with them dropping out of E3. Because that with the E3, a lot of people were expecting, Sony's going to be there. And then all of a sudden they drop out, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But for them to drop out and say at PAX South that they were going to introduce the new PS5, E3's going, seriously?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It could also be a publicity stunt.
True.
That could be
Very
to draw
true.
more attention to the upcoming system.
True. Because some people do that very same move for attention.
Mm-hmm.
And what they also could be doing is trying to get more people into PAX South.
Yep.
To grab their attention, be like, hey, you need to come here because we have special things like this.
Yeah.
And I think even ACFI, which is a furry con, is also kind of doing that, because the first year that it started up, we had telephone. The second year it started up, we had Majira.
Yeah.
Now this year we're having Uncle Kage. So that's 3 high furry people in a row.
Yeah.
2 of them are puppy furs. The other one is the head honcho of Anthrocon.
Yep.
So that kind of says something. They're trying to get more people in, be like, hey, come.
Yeah,
We
they
need
are.
you here. So it's actually amazing to me that they're actually trying to pull this off. That all these places are trying to do new things to, I guess, beat what they did last year.
Mm-hmm. Outdo themselves.
Yes. And like say in Japan, yeah, it's kind of the same, but they've gotten high enough to where they can sit on the pedestal and be like, this is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because with San Japan, you know that so far there's no other convention in San Antonio, Texas that has been as big as San Japan
Yeah.
for any years. But at least they are still trying.
It's much more than I can say for the convention we have here.
Yeah, because we have ACFI down here, we have San Japan, we have PAX South. I mean,
Well, actually,
PAX and ACFI are really trying. They're really trying.
we do have one con that's really trying, and it's new. It's a startup. I think it's a Comic Con. It's not actually in town though. It's like several miles south of town, but it's called Corpus Christi Comic Con. And hold on. I think excuse me. I think that like so far it seems like they're building up their guest list and they're trying to increase the floor room for vendors.
Yeah.
So that one is actually doing A-OK for its first few years. In fact, they even freaking got Candy Milo and Jim Cummings to come on their first year. Excuse the language, but like, you know how hard it is to get the last Astro Boy to come out and one of the Disney voice actors, and it's not even a Disney con?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they really stuck their necks out there, and I was like really happy with that. But RealmsCon, on the other hand, though, oh my god, they really, really need help. They're trying to change things around. They went back to their original venue where they started the con in like 2006-ish. And it has more room, that's more accommodating to the smaller size the con has now. For a long time, the con kept getting bigger and bigger and more famous, but then people started to stop liking having the con at the convention center because the way the staff was treating them, and like there wasn't there weren't a lot of accommodations for vendors and guests, like special guests.
Yeah.
So people started to stop going, and RealmsCon would like hike up the prices just to make the money back, and it made cosplayers not want to go and attendees. So now they've downgraded back to the Omni Hotel, I think, and it's better because it fits our smaller size, but it's still I don't really know. I'm kind of scared that RealmsCon's just gonna like disappear.
Now, you mentioned that there's also a possible FurCon that's happening over there too.
I did?
At one time, I believe you did. I'm not for sure.
I mean, I know that we have fur